Welcome to the Chop Seat, where Braves country meets the big leagues. Your host Vic is here to break down everything from truest part to the top of the standings across the league. From walk-offs to wild trades, this is your seat for everything baseball, but a heavy dose of chop. So grab your glove and settle in, because the Chop Seat is open.
Welcome to the Chop Seat, your favorite place for Braves, baseball, and the rest of the league. I'm your host, Vic, and today is Monday, August 18th. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I had a great weekend. The Braves had a great weekend. We're going to look at what series they took care of business with. If you heard the last episode, you know which series I'm talking about. But if not, stay tuned. We're going to discuss it real quick. We're also going to see what happened around the league in the MLB. And then we're going to look at the upcoming Braves series that starts tonight at 7:15 p.m. Eastern time. And it should be a good one for the Braves. It should be a good one. They're definitely the better team, so they should be able to take care of business. But we'll see. These are the 2025 Braves, so we'll see what they decide to do. But without further ado, let's head into our first segment.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes, where we take a look at the previous Braves series. And Tomahawk Takes is brought to you by SeatGeek. Use code CHOPSEAT20, as you can see below, and you're going to save yourself $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. Again, use code CHOPSEAT20, and you'll save yourself $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. So we had a series against the Cleveland Guardians. The Braves remained on the road after taking 2 out of 3 from the Mets in Queens. They take a flight over the Cleveland, face the Guardians, and they end up sweeping the Guardians. Remember, these guys are starting to play better baseball. They kind of been on and off this year, but they were making some ground in the AL Central race and also in the AL East. And the AL wild card race. But the Braves are able to play spoiler again, just as they did a bit out in Citi Field. And they end up sweeping the series, man. They brought the brooms out. They definitely brought the brooms out in Cleveland over the weekend. Game 1, it was a 2-0 victory for the Braves. A real tight ball game for the Braves. It was Hurston Waldrop pitching. He went 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 7 Ks. He picks up the win. This is win number 3 for the young kid. He now has a 1.02 ERA. He was going up against Joey Cantillo. He went 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. That was earned, 4 walks and 5 Ks. He took the L, and this one he's 3-3 with a 3.93 ERA. In the top of the 4th, the Braves, they load up the bases. Nacho Alvarez, he draws a walk. That makes it 1-0 Braves. And it was pretty quiet after that for both teams. Like I said, it was a 2-0 victory. The way the Braves got the second run, it was a Michael Harris single. He singles in Eli White, who was on second base. That makes it 2-0. Raisel Iglesias, he comes in. He gets the save. Number 18 of the season for him. A nice win for the Braves. Low-scoring affair. They're able to hold the Cleveland offense down. And, again, they win game 1 of the series. Michael Harris continued to rake in this series. I think he had 8 straight multi-hit games. That streak, unfortunately, came to an end yesterday, but he still has that hitting streak going, a regular hitting streak, if you guys want to call it that. But again, he's been on a tear, bro. He's been on a tear. You heard me say in the last 2 episodes. He continues to just mash the baseball. And again, it's really good to see him, how he's turned it around. Hurston Waldrop, I say cement this kid into the 2026 Braves rotation already. I've seen enough. I already seen enough. I like what I see from this kid. He has the makeup. He has the stuff. Put him in the rotation for 2026. Just say I put him there, bro. Say I put him there. I like what I see. Like I said, this kid's been phenomenal, bro. And, yeah, he's probably going to have his down starts as well. But I like what I see for the 20th time. Put him in the 2026 Braves rotation as of right now. Cement him in that. But anyways, let's go to game 2. Game 2, 10-1 victory for the Braves. The bats were out in this one. Troy Wentz, he went 6 strong innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 5 Ks. He's now 4-3 with a 4.72 ERA. Hunter Stratton, he came in. He pitched the final 3 innings for the Braves. He gave up 3 hits, no runs, though, no walks, 3 Ks. He's able to get the 3 innings save. That's his first save of the season, the second of his career. So good to see from Hunter Stratton. And their Braves were going up against Slade Ciccone for the Guardians. He went 4 2/3, 10 hits, 8 runs, 8 runs allowed, 6 of those earned, 2 walks and 3 Ks. He took the L. He's now 5-6 with a 4.50 ERA. Nacho Alvarez had himself a game. He went 3 for 5 with an RBI. Nick Allen, he went 3 for 4, had an RBI double. He had 2 ribbies in this one. Michael Harris, 2 for 5, 3 RBIs, including that 2-run homer that he had in this ball game. He had a double. Profar, no hits, but he had 2 walks. He was getting on base. Acuna, 2 for 5 with a double. Olsen had a hit. Who else? Drake Baldwin, he had a double. He drove in a run with I think it was a force out, a fielder's choice. Everyone was hitting, bro. When you see the 8-9 guys hitting like that, 3 for 5, 3 for 4, that gets the rest of the offense going, and that's exactly what happened. That is how we know this offense can perform, man. This is what we've been waiting for all year. We know these guys have the talent to be able to keep that line moving, and that's exactly what they did in this game. And when that happens, look at that, 10 runs scored by the Braves. The only person that didn't get a hit was my boy Ozzy. It's all good, though. It's all good. He had himself a nice game again back at Citi Field. And he had a nice hit in yesterday's game as well. RBI single, I think it was. Got to look at my notes. But, yeah, I mean, everyone was hitting, bro. Everyone was hitting. Everybody got on base. That's exactly what happens. Joey Wentz, I might be cementing him into the Braves 2026 bullpen. I might be doing that. I might be there. I don't know if he's going to be in the rotation. I can't really say that because I'm banking on Schwellenbach, Sale, Strider, Hurston Waldrop. And who else? I might be blanking out. I mean, I know we got Reynaldo Lopez. Maybe that's number 5. I don't know. Maybe that's number 5 unless you want to see Joey Wentz in the rotation and then put Reynaldo Lopez in the bullpen. What do you guys think? Let me know. What do you guys think? What would you guys do for the 2026 season? I'm still not sure, like I said, about Joey Wentz in the bullpen or in the rotation. But as of right now, I'm thinking he's looking like he's going to lock up a spot in the 2026 roster as well. But again, Braves win Game 2. Easy win for the Braves. Game 3 was not as easy, but they still got the W. They won this one 5-4. It was started by Eric Fetty for the Braves. He went 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, and 5 Ks. He now has a 5.52 ERA, but the bullpen was phenomenal after he came out of the game. It was Aaron Bummer, Dylan Lee, Pierce Johnson, Raisel Iglesias. They all combined for 4 innings, 4 hits, no runs allowed, 3 walks, 5 Ks. Aaron Bummer, he got the win in this one. He's now 3-2. And Raisel Iglesias, he came in and he shut the door. He's been looking way better now. That's save number 19. The Braves were going up against Logan Allen. He went 4 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs. Only one of those earned, 3 walks and 6 Ks. He now has a 3.87 ERA. In the top of the second, the Braves, they score 1 on a Nacho Alvarez force ground out. He runs out a double play with the bases loaded. That made it 1-0. Cleveland, they scored 2 in the bottom of the third. They scored 2 in the bottom of the fourth, but in the top of the fifth, the bases loaded again for the Braves. Michael Harris, he reaches on a throwing error by the second baseman, Angel Martinez. That would have been out number 3 of the inning. It would have been a completely different ball game. Everyone's safe, though. That makes it 4-2 Cleveland. Then Ozzy, he slaps one to left field. That makes it 4-3. Sean Murphy comes up with the bases loaded. I was really thinking he was going to get a big hit, but he ends up striking out. But it's all good because in the next inning, top of the 6th, Jurickson Profar, he crushes a 2-run homer. That gives the Braves a lead. The lead. That makes it 5-4. Bottom of the 9th, Raisel Iglesias, like I said earlier, he came in. Jurickson Profar, man, there was a runner first. He had a big diving catch out in left field. If he doesn't catch that ball, probably different ending to the game as well. Cleveland is probably going to end up winning that game. He makes a catch, tremendous catch. I know he made an error earlier in the game, but he makes up for it with the homer. And then this play right here, Again, Iglesias, he shuts the door. GG's 5-game win streak, the first 5-game win streak for the Braves this season. I know it's crazy to say we've been spoiled the last few years. This team's, they've been going on streaks here and there. We used to seeing them win 5, lose 1, then win 6, lose 2, win 4. They were always trending up. But it's crazy to say that this is the first time we see a 5-game win streak from this ball club. And the first time it happens is mid-August. So it's pretty crazy to say, crazy to see that. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, we've been really, really spoiled for the past few years. So, I mean, hey, better late than never, right? Better late than never. They got a big opportunity coming with the series that starts tonight. I'm going to talk about it more in the Braves forecast, but they're going to be hosting the Chicago White Sox. We know the Chicago White Sox are not that great of a team. They should be able to take care of business. Imagine they sweep the White Sox, though. Just imagine that. Imagine they sweep the White Sox, and let's just say the Mets get swept. That puts the Braves 7 games back from them. 7 games back from that final wild card spot. Then you play the Mets. Imagine you sweep them. That'll put you 4 games back from them. You still got maybe 3-4 weeks to play? Something like that. 5 weeks. Probably 5 weeks. Still got some time if you're able to do that. But anyways, I declared the Braves dead a long time ago. So I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to give myself some false hope. I'm not going to do that to myself. But anyways, that is how the series goes down. The Braves, they bring out the brooms in Cleveland once again. 3-game sweep, 5-game win streak. And then we got some good news with Chris Sale. He's had 2 games he's appeared in already in Gwinnett, AAA Gwinnett. In those 2 games, he's gone 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks, and he has a 3 ERA. I saw that they said he's going to have another rehab start this week to try and get his pitch count up. And then that'll determine whether he's ready to come back up to the majors. And we'll see. Again, I mean, if that goes down, we've seen crazier things happen in the majors. We've seen crazier things happen in baseball. So again, you're able to sweep the White Sox, and then you sweep the Mets. That'll put you 4 games back from the Mets. Counting on the fact, let's say that they get swept starting tonight as well, or I think they start their series tomorrow against the Nationals. But if that was to happen, that'll be crazy, bro. That would be crazy. But again, don't get your hopes up. A 5-game win streak will have you thinking like this. So we gotta settle down. Guys. Let's not get too out of whack over here. It's just a 5-game win streak. It's this team dug itself a deep hole a long time ago. So yeah, so let's not get too crazy. But I mean, what I like from this series, again, the bats showed out. They were complete victories, honestly, on the pitching side. Defensive side, for the most part, profile out of a few plays here and there. Offensively, they definitely showed out. It was the bullpen, they're phenomenal. It was a complete win in all 3 ball games. And I like that I've been seeing this team have some fight in them now. It really has some fight in them. We saw it in the 3 games. In the 3 games against the Mets, we saw that. Game 1, they were down 5-0. They were able to score 5. Then Strider gave up some homers and a homer, I think it was, and a ton of runs. But they didn't. The Mets won that ball game. But you still saw that they had some sort of fight in them. Game 2, they were down. What was it, 6-0 against the Mets? They scored 9 in the top of the 4th. They had some fight to them. Game 3, the one that I was at, Braves, I believe, were leading in the beginning. The Mets came back. They took the lead. Braves battled back. They get the win. And then, like I just said, this series, yesterday's game, they were down 4-1. They were able to put up 4 unanswered runs. They won the ball game 5-4. So I do like the fact that I've been seeing some more fight out of the guys. And, that's what we were used to seeing, man. We hadn't seen it in a while this year, but they're starting to show it now. Maybe, again, it's probably too little too late, but at least we're seeing this team play better baseball, the baseball that we know they're capable of playing. But anyways, that is it for Tomahawk Takes. We're gonna take a look at what happened from our across the league. I can't even talk. We're gonna see what happened across the league in the next segment.
It's time for the MLB.
It's time for the MLB, where we take a look at the action from around the league. Now let's start off at DC. We're gonna start off at DC. We had the Philadelphia Phillies at the Washington Nationals. They had a 4-game set. First game started on Thursday. The Nationals, they win game 1 3-2. Phillies win game 2 6-2. Nationals, they come back. They win game 3 2-0, a shutout. And then the Phillies are able to pull off a split of the series by winning the final game 11-9. Phillies, though, they got some bad news over the weekend. Their ace, Zach Wheeler, was placed on the IL due to a blood clot. I think I saw an update earlier. I believe he got a procedure done, if I'm not mistaken. Let me because I'm pretty sure I got could have sworn I got an update here from MLB. Yeah, he went on the procedure to remove the clot in his right upper extremity. His recovery timeline is TBD, so hopefully he's not out for the season, for the rest of the season, for their sake. That's a big loss to them, though. Big loss. Maybe the Mets now are able to make up some ground due to that injury. But next we go to the Detroit Tigers at the Minnesota Twins. Another 4-game set. 4-3 win for the Tigers in game 1, and they took 11 innings for that one. They win game 2 on Friday, 7-0 shutout. Game 3, 8-5, and then Sunday, to avoid the sweep, the Twins win that one, but the Tigers win the series by taking 3 out of 4. And then the other 4-game set we had was the Arizona Diamondbacks at the Colorado Rockies. The Diamondbacks, they take game 1, 8-2. Then the Rockies, they go on a 3-game win streak. They win the series 3-4. They win 4-3 in Friday's game, 10-7 on Saturday's game, and then a close one, 6-5 on Sunday. Again, 3-game win streak for the Colorado Rockies. Then we go to the Pittsburgh Pirates at the Chicago Cubs. The Pirates, they take game 1, 3-2, but the Cubs, they bounce back and win game 2, 3-1, and game 3 of the series, 4-3. They win that series. The Milwaukee Brewers are red-hot Brewers at the Cincinnati Reds. The Cincinnati Reds, remember, they were right behind the Mets. They still are right behind them for that last wild card spot. The Brewers, they win game 1, 10-8. That made it a 13-game win streak for them. Incredible comeback. These guys have been playing incredible. They were down 8-1. They're able to come back in that game and get the victory. Saturday's game, they win this one 6-5 in 11 innings. They were down 1 run into the 9th. They come back. They take the lead in extras. They win the game. 14 wins once again. And then they would have made it 15 almost. They almost would have made it to 15. But the Reds are able to walk off game 3, 3-2 in 10 innings. Wilson Contreras, he had a 2-run homer in the top of the 9th. That gave them a lead. That gave the Brewers a lead. Reds are able to tie, and then they walk it off in the 10th. Austin Hayes with a walk-off hit. If it wasn't for that, they would have had 15 wins in a row. But, man, this team's been incredible, man. 2 double-digit win streaks in the season. These guys have been cooking. But for some reason, I just think they don't have what it takes to win it all. But that's just me. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Next, we go to Toronto. The Blue Jays were hosting the Texas Rangers. The Blue Jays, they would take game 1, 6-5. They take game 2 by 2 touchdowns and a save against the safety, 14-2 victory for them. And then the Rangers, they win game 3, the rubber matchup. Actually, it was not the rubber matchup. It was to avoid the sweep. They win that one 10-4. But again, Toronto wins the series 2-3. Seattle Mariners at the New York Mets. The Mariners, they take game 1, 11-9 victory. But the Mets, they come back and win game 2. They win that one 3-1. And then yesterday, the final game of the series, it was on ESPN, the Little League Classic. I love to see the Little League Classic. Love to see the kids getting involved. You got the kids broadcasting. You got the kids able to hang out with the players. It's just nice vibes. It's awesome, man. I love every single year that they've been doing it. I love watching Little League Classic. The Mets, they win this ball game 7-3. They win the series. Mark Vientos, he had a 3-run homer in this one. That gives him the lead. That gives him the win. Kyle Raleigh, big dumper. He hit a homer in this one. Number 47 of the season for him. I also love when the kids were waiting for the Soto shuffle. I remember he took a strike, or maybe it was a ball the first pitch. He didn't do it, but then the next one, he got in there. He did the shuffle. All the kids are going crazy. That was fun. That was funny to see as well. Next, we go to Miami Marlins at the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park. 2-1 victory for the Red Sox in Game 1. 7-5 in Game 2. Actually, I think I might have messed this one up. Hold on here, guys, because I had something else written down here. This is why when you're a one-man band, you tend to mess up sometimes. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to confirm here. Just give me a few seconds here. Let's see. 7-5, 5-3. Okay, who won Game 1 though? Who won Game 1? All right, yeah. So I'm not bugging. I had this correct. I just had that the Marlins had won the series, but it was the Red Sox that won the series. Again, Red Sox, they win Game 1 2-1. They win Game 2 7-5, and then they lose Game 3. The Marlins are able to take that one 5-3. Miami, they came back. They scored 3 late in the ballgame to win the game. I don't know why I had that the Marlins had won 2 out of 3. The Red Sox won 2 out of 3. Anyways, that's my bad. I'm bugging. Next, we go to the Houston Astros hosting the Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles, they come into town. They say, yo, we shutting it down, boys. They get a shutout victory, 7-0. The Astros, they're able to come back and walk it off in game number 2. They walk it off in 12 innings, a 5-4 victory, thanks to Ramon Urias with a walk-off fielder's choice, just how they drew it up. But then again, Baltimore, they say, we're about to shut it down again. That's exactly what they do with 12-0 shutout victory for them, and they leave Houston with a series win. Chicago White Sox at the Kansas City Royals. They bring out the brooms at home. New York Yankees at St. Louis Cardinals. The Yankees, they bring out the brooms on the road. They won all 3 games. Paul Goldschmidt, Goldie, he had 3 hits on his return to St. Louis. Next, we go to the LA Angels at the Athletics. The Athletics, they take 2 out of 3 in this one. But the Angels, man, crazy. That was a crazy win. I was watching a portion of this game. I saw the ending. It was tied up, and then they scored 6 runs in the top of the 11th. Sorry, in the top of the 10th. That's how they're able to win. They won 11-5 in 10 innings. Then we go to San Diego Padres at the LA Dodgers. I told you guys to keep an eye on this series for the weekend. Remember, Padres were up 1 game in the NL West. They're trying to hold the Dodgers down. Dodgers trying to say, yo, put some respect on our name. That's exactly what they do, because they bring out the brooms. The Padres, what happened, bro? ¿Qué pasó, bro? Dodgers, they bring out the brooms. They win Game 1 3-2. Blake Snell, he leads them to another win in Game 2 with 6-0 shutout. Game 3 of the series, Mookie Betts is back. He hits a homer off for Robert Suarez. That gave the Dodgers a 5-4 lead. That's the ball game, and they end up having a 2-game lead now in the division after bringing out the brooms against the Padres. I believe they're playing again this upcoming weekend, so we'll see that next round when it comes to this rivalry. And then last but not least, the Tampa Bay Rays at the San Francisco Giants. Tampa Bay, they take 2 out of 3 on the road, and they win the series. As for matchups, starting today, this is who we got. We got the Milwaukee Brewers at the Chicago Cubs. They have a 5-game series. They have a doubleheader today. I believe the first one was an early bird special, bro. I saw the Brewers won that one. I can't get his final score right now, but I think it was a shutout. Actually, you know what? I'll just get it. I'll just get it, bro. It's right here. Let's see. I think it was 7-0 last time I checked. It was 7-0. 7-0. So that's the first series that started. You got the Houston Astros at the Detroit Tigers. Keep an eye on this series for the week. You got the Toronto Blue Jays at the Pittsburgh Pirates. St. Louis Cardinals at the Miami Marlins. Keep an eye on this one. The Seattle Mariners at the Philadelphia Phillies. Keep an eye on that one. Just trust me. You got the Baltimore Orioles at the Boston Red Sox. You got the Texas Rangers at the Kansas City Royals. That's a 4-game set. You got the Dodgers at the Colorado Rockies. Another 4-game set. And that's a good opportunity now for the Dodgers to make a little bit of ground again against the Padres. You got the Cincinnati Reds at the LA Angels. You got the Cleveland Guardians at the Arizona Diamondbacks. And you got the San Francisco Giants at the San Diego Padres for 4 games as well. You got the Braves series is starting tonight. We're going to talk about it just shortly in the Braves forecast. That's against the Chicago White Sox. And then tomorrow, you have 3 series that are starting tomorrow. You got the New York Mets at the Washington Nationals, the New York Yankees at the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Athletics at the Minnesota Twins. Anyways, that's what we got for the matchups. Let's take a look at the standings real quick, bro, because why not? Why not? Let's look at the standings, bro. Here we go. AL West, 69-55 are your Houston Astros. They're in first place. Seattle Mariners, 68-57. 1.5 games back. Texas Rangers still hanging in there, 62-63. 7.5 games back. The LA Angels, they're 5-5 in their last 10. They're 16-64. They're 9 games back. Athletics, 56-70. 14 games back. AL Central, 73-53. That's the Detroit Tigers. They now have an 8.5 game lead on the Guardians. They went back up thanks to us. You're welcome, buddy. Cleveland Guardians 63-60. Like I said, 8.5 games back. Kansas City Royals 63-61, 9 games back. Minnesota Twins 58-66, 14 games back. And then the Chicago White Sox 44-80, 28 games back. Toronto Blue Jays are leading the AL East 73-52. Boston Red Sox 68-57, 5 games back. New York Yankees right behind them 67-57, 5.5 games back. Tampa Bay 61-64, 12 games back. Baltimore 57-67, 15.5. Hey. Then we go to the National League West. The Dodgers 71-53. They're in first. San Diego Padres 69-55, 2 games back. San Francisco Giants 60-64, 11 back. Arizona Diamondbacks 16-65, 11.5 games back. Colorado Rockies hot, 3 games, 1 in a row, 35-89. They're 36 games back. National League Central, the red hot Milwaukee Brewers 79-45, easily about to be the first team to 80 wins. And then remember, this is counting that first game from earlier. So they beat the Cubs. Cubs are now 70-54, 9 games back. Cincinnati 65-60, 14.5 games back. St. Louis 61-64, 18.5 games back. And then the Pittsburgh Pirates 52-73, 27.5 games back. And then the last division, National League East, 71-53 are your Philadelphia Phillies. New York Mets right behind them, 5 games back, 66-58. Miami Marlins 59-65. They're 12 games back. The best team in baseball, the Atlanta Braves, 56-68. They're 15 games back. The Washington Nationals 50-74, 21 games back. I wasn't kidding though about the best team in baseball. I meant to say the hottest team in baseball. We're the hottest team in baseball right now, bro. 5 wins in a row. We're the hottest team. You can't tell me nothing right now, because this is our peak right now, bro. We're peaking right now. Let's see how long it lasts. Anyways, the wild card is as filed for the National League. You got the Brewers, Dodgers, Phillies. They're in. Chicago Cubs, they got the first spot. The Padres, they got the second wild card spot. The Mets holding on to that third spot. Cincinnati is 1.5 games back. St. Louis 5.5 games back. They dropped 5 in a row. San Francisco 6 games back. Arizona 6.5. Miami 7. And we're gonna put the Braves. We're 10 games back. We're right there, bro. 56-68, 10 games back. Then we go to the American League. Toronto Blue Jays, Detroit Tigers, Houston Astros, they're in. Boston Red Sox, they're in the first wild card spot. Seattle, they have the same record, they're in. And then the New York Yankees holding on to the final spot. They have a 3.5 game lead now. Thanks to who? Your Atlanta Braves. You're welcome, buddy. Cleveland Guardians is behind them 3.5. Kansas City 4. Texas 5.5. Tampa Bay 6.5. Angels 7. Minnesota 9. Baltimore 10. And you gotta give the Athletics a little credit. They're 12 games back. They kind of right there still. You never know. You never know what can happen. But anyway, that is it. I'm out of breath. That is it for the MLB. I hope if you bump into this right now, bro. If you're driving right now, this is like the perfect song to just go cruising right now, bro. This song is never fails, bro. This song is too lit. Anyway, let's start bringing it down. With the mixer. Here we go. Oof. I took it a little too far. Anyways, that is it for the MLB. Now let's head into our next and final segment.
It's time for your Braves forecast.
It's time for the Braves forecast, where we take a look at the upcoming Braves series. That series starts tonight, 7:15 p.m. Eastern time. It's a homestand for the Braves. They're back home. They're hosting the Chicago White Sox, who are 44-80. They're riding a 4-game losing streak. They're 2-8 in their last 10. The Braves, the hottest team in baseball. You better watch out. 5 games, won in a row. They're 8-2 in their last 10. And game 1 is going to be Yoendrys Gomez. He's 2-1 with a 5.56 ERA. He'll be making the second start of the season and of his career for the White Sox. He's going up against Spencer Strider, who was 5-10. With a 4.69 ERA. Let's see if Spencer Strider can redeem himself. See if he can make up for that last start that he had. It was a bit rocky when he was out there at Citi Field. So we'll see if he's able to rebound from that last start. Game 2 is going to be Shane Smith for the White Sox. He's 3-7 with a 4.01 ERA. He's going up against Bryce Elder, who's 5-9 with a 5.89 ERA. He had a pretty good start last time out in Citi Field. I was actually there. I was thinking he's going to get rocked. He shuts me up. He goes 7 innings. Strong performance by him. So, hey, let's see if you keep it up, buddy. Let's see if you can keep it up. I'll be happy to see him keep it up. Shut me up again. And anyways, game 3 is going to be Aaron Savali. He's 3-8 with a 4.88 ERA. Going up against my boy, Hurston Waldrep. He's a lock for the 2026 season. He's a lock for the rotation. He's 3-0. With a 1.02 ERA. Like I said, he looks good. This guy, pause. I like the makeup. I like the stuff. Pause. He's a lock for me for the 2026 rotation. So anyways, let's see if the Braves can keep it going, man. Let's see if they can keep it going. This is the best baseball that they've played all season. And obviously the 5-game win streak is evidence of that. We'll see if they can keep it going, man. If you can make it to 8 games in a row when the Mets come into town on Thursday, I think it's Friday. Yeah, the Braves are off Thursday. When the Mets come into town on Friday, hey, like I said, you could get 3 games closer to them if you're able to sweep them as well. But that's crazy talk. We're going to leave that over there. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in to the Chop Seat. Continue to share the page on TikTok, the Chop Seat. On X, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube at the Chop Seat, and then on Instagram at the Chop Seat Pod. Thank you guys for continuing to support all the content that's coming out, all the videos, the shorts, all that good stuff. Trying to see if we can continue to grow the show. So we'll probably be talking next this coming Thursday. Most likely we see how the White Sox series goes, and then we'll see what to look forward to in the Braves Mets series. That'll be the final series of the season for the Braves Mets rivalry. But remember, the Braves already won that season series. Like I said last episode, as bad as we are, we already got them. So it'll be even better to continue to play spoiler against them. So anyways, Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you guys on Thursday.